grateful you are here today. I will be doing my March bullet journal setup, and this month is really exciting because I've never tried watercolors in my bullet journal before, but I will be testing them out today. And I purposely got this Archer and Olive journal to be able to watercolor in because I love watercoloring. If you want to learn how to watercolor, check out my channel because I make lots of videos teaching you how, and I hope to have more coming out in the future. To start off this spread, I'm just going to pick out some markers, and I recently got a bunch of Zebra Mildliners, and guys, they are amazing markers. If you do not have them, definitely recommend. I did an unboxing video on one of my shorts on my channel, so go check that out after this video. But anyways, I'm going to start mixing my watercolors, and I'm going to be doing roses this month, and I also have a video teaching you how to watercolor roses, so be sure to check that out before you try the same if you want to, just so you know how. I'll give you the few basics in this video, but if you want to know step by step, or if you want some watercolor drills, be sure to check out my channel, and maybe hit that subscribe button and notification bell to help me out, help you out, get you to learn how to watercolor, give you lots of inspiration for creative ideas. Roses are one of the most simplest flowers to watercolor in my opinion. You start off with a really simple spiral shape, and then you continue the rose with some easy C curves around it, and then you're going to slowly add a little bit of water just to kind of soften the edge of the rose as it comes out. But be careful if you're doing this in a journal because you don't want to add too much water for it to bleed through the page. So for this, I was kind of being careful with that, but I was really surprised at how well this bled, because usually when the paper isn't as thick or lower quality, the bleeding isn't as good, but I was really surprised on how this turned out, and so I just continued the rose with some really simple leaves. And again, you can definitely check out my channel after this video on how to watercolor leaves. I have some watercolor leaf drills and just the basics on how to watercolor them. Then I'm just going to continue adding leaves and roses on this page, and you can see me here just checking to make sure that it didn't bleed through, and I was so surprised. So I'm just going to do another rose, and I'll be doing roses down this whole entire page and just leave a little spot to write March at the bottom. And I always like to choose my color palette beforehand. If you have been watching my videos for any point of time, you know that by now, but I'll either go online and look for color palettes or just kind of pick my favorite colors that kind of go together. And currently, these are my two favorite colors. I've been doing a lot of art and watercolors with these colors, and I love this orangey tone and this more of an olive green tone. And yeah, so I'm just going to finish this page, and I am very sorry about how late this video is. I usually like to have my Plan with the videos out earlier so that it's more helpful for you guys, because I'm sure most of you have probably already picked your theme or done your theme for March, so I apologize for that. But anyways, I hope it still gives you guys some inspiration. Maybe you'll want to try it out next month, or I just enjoy watching watercolor or bullet journaling videos. I find it relaxing, so hopefully this is relaxing or enjoyable to you. And next month I will try and be more on top of it. I don't really know what happened. I feel like February flew by, so yeah, I hope I can be more on top of it for March. But overall, I love how the seam turned out, especially the end result. Be sure to stay till the end of the video to see the full flip through because the end result is amazing. Also, leave a comment down below what theme you did for February. I love reading your guys' comments. They seriously make my day, and so I just love to hear what themes you guys did, and if you would do them again, or what colors you picked. And yeah, I love chatting with you guys in the comment section, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this cover page. Oh, and just as a little reminder, all of the supplies I will be using in this video will be linked in the description box below, so check that out if you want to see where these supplies are from. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do for the cover page because now I need to let it dry before I can write March on it. I'm going to move on to the page right beside it, and I'm going to put a quote here this month. In the previous months, I have made this a budget tracker, which I'm still going to do here on the bottom. That's what I'm making currently, but I also wanted to put a quote on here because as I do my bullet journal, I like to figure out what threads work for me and what don't really work for me, and I realized I didn't really need a whole entire page for my budget tracker. So this month I'm just going to try and make it smaller, and we'll see how that works for me this month, and I will let you know in my next plan with me, which will be at the end-ish of March, but it will be my April plan with me. So now I just finished up the main part of my quote. Now I will be going over all the letters with this pen just to make them a little bit more bold. And my quote for this month is, "Don't be afraid to fail, be afraid not to try." And I really like that, so I'm making it a little bit bolder with this black pen just so that the letters kind of stand out a little bit more. And also in the comment section, I would love to hear what theme you are doing this month. So what theme you did last month and what theme you're doing this month. Love to hear what you guys are doing. So now I'm adding a little bit to my budget tracker. So one part of it will be income this month, then another part will be spent, and then over here what I'm writing currently is kind of where I see my progress and how much I have been saving that month. So I'll write in the number of money I have at the beginning of the month. For instance, let's say I have $100 at the beginning of the month. I'll write that in the section that says start, and then say I make another $100 that month, then I'll put that at the end, and then you can kind of see your progress and just kind of motivates you to keep going. So that's how I use that little section. Moving on to the cover page, again I'm just writing March in really simple letters, but then I'm just going to thicken them up with that zebra Mildliner again. And then once I finish that, I will take a black pen and then I will outline all of the letters kind of to make them look like bubble letters. I really like this font. I think I'm going to be doing it more coming up in some more journaling and whatever, but I will be carrying this font throughout the rest of this plan with me, and I really like how it turned out. So yeah, just finishing that up, and then we can flip on to the next page. This is my calendar page, but this calendar page I'm kind of doing it differently. So I'm doing a calendar page just on one page, and each of these lines is a different day. So I will write the event that I have going across the page versus in like a little calendar box. And I messed up here, so what I did is I just took a little piece of a paper that was dot grid and I just covered it right up, and you can hardly tell. I mean, you can tell a little bit, but not a ton. I just took it from my friend's bullet journal that I was making. I made some Dutch doors in her bullet journal. I made videos on the themes I did, so you can go check that out on my channel if you want. But I just took that paper out of her journal and just pasted it over. Then I added some numbers and some roses. Moving on to the next page, it is my YouTube tracker and to-do list. And for my YouTube tracker, it's really simple. I just make like a little YouTube symbol, and at the start of the month I'll put how many subscribers I have, and the same for at the end of the month I'll put the number, and then it just motivates me to keep going, and it's just kind of fun to see the progress, even though my main goal is to inspire you guys to get creative or teach you how to do something that you didn't know how to do before. So if you like that kind of content, maybe subscribe. You don't have to though, no pressure. And so I'm just going to add some lines around this box just to kind of box it in, and then I will add a little to-do list down here with my gray marker and do the same thing. Then right below that, I am going to do a little sections for birthday and holidays this month, and it's really simple. I'm just going to write birthdays and holidays and then go over it with that black pen the same as I did before, and I can write all my birthdays and holidays below as the title says. Then we can move on to the next page, and the next page is my habit tracker page and my along with my first weekly spread of the month. So to start off my habit tracker page, I'm just going to be writing habits in that same font that I did on the cover page, which is just my normal handwriting it, and then I'm just going to thicken it up and add the black pen over it to make it pop a little bit more. Once I've done that, I will be painting more roses all around the little habits words, and this is really simple. You're just going to do the same spiral, C curves, and then add some leaves wherever you feel like they would fit in. The watercolor on this habit tracker page, I'm going to take some ink and my handy dandy monthly stamps that I like to use for my habit tracker. These will definitely be linked down below because they save me so much time. I definitely recommend them. I think they're only like $10 on Amazon. I'm just going to be placing a bunch of these little mini calendars all over the page, and what I'll do is I will circle the day that I do the habit of that calendar. So as you can see here in a minute, I will be highlighting a little section at the top of each calendar, and I'll write the habit that I want to do that month and then circle that. And sometimes I like to put these little calendars in a line, but this month I just felt like I would put them kind of scattered all over the page. So some of the little highlights are gray and some are this brownish red color, but that is pretty much it. Moving on to the little weekly spread next to it, there's only 4 days in the first week, or 4 or 5 in the first week of March, I can't remember. But then I have a little goals section and wish list because my birthday is in March, so I wanted to add that. And here my goal for this month is to do like workout or like a stretch every single day. And then I'm just going to write goals in that same font. And I'm sorry, my camera, stopped filming right here, so I missed that part. But I just made a really simple weekly spread. It's how I do all of my weekly spreads. Then I'm just adding a little tasks section and moving on to the next weekly spread. It's really simple. You'll see me do it again here, and I'm just adding roses to the bottom of this one just to spice it up. So same simple roses, a line down the center, and then here I'm measuring out, I think all the days are about 5 dot spaces apart. Then I'm adding a little task section right here, some gray dots to put the numbers on, and then we can go ahead and move on to the next page after I title the events. And this is just the same thing, but I will be, alternating the roses on the top or the bottom, and then adding the leaves. Weekly spread of this month's theme. I hope you enjoyed it. Now we're going to move on to the flip through. I love the cover page of this with our budget tracker and quote. Then we have our calendar with a different layout than last month, YouTube and to-do list along with our birthday and holidays section. Then we have our habit tracker and first weekly spread with our wish list and goals since my birthday is this month. Then we have the second weekly spread and the third. I love the little accent of roses. Then we have the fourth and final weekly spread. I love how this turned out, and if you watched the video till this point, please leave a flower emoji in the comments down below. below. And if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and watch this video right here. Subscribe so you don't miss any more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.